What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The King and I Life podcast, hosted tonight by myself, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my brother, my man's, my friend, Son Soul X.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in here.
We are in here. The trio's gonna be back at a later date. Phoenix has some things she had to take care of, but while we on this rant, be sure to find us on every podcast platform that is out there, and I do mean every one of them. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, soon to come Patreon once we get our heads together and rock that out. If you have any comments, feedback, anything like that, hit us up. King and I 369 at gmail.com. That's KINGANDEYE 369 at gmail.com. When we do our lives, make sure you jump on that so you can call in. We got some big things coming up. We got our first interview coming up soon. We'll keep y'all posted on that in the coming days and weeks. Other than that, hope everybody out there is doing lovely, doing great, staying safe out there, keeping your head above the water, and all that good stuff. But
Yes, sir.
we got an interesting topic for y'all. We're gonna list our top 3 to 5 performers of all times. That would include singers, rappers, and groups. And we're gonna debate whether they deserve to be in our top or not. It's definitely not an accurate list on either one of us.
No way.
No way, because every time you look at that, you be like, man, what about this one? What about that one? Oh man, I forgot this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to scratch one off and replace. But we just went, with the first ones that came to our heads. I wrote down a couple of honorable mentions. I don't know about you. What you do on that?
No, I didn't. I left them off this list because I'm sure we're gonna revisit this topic again someday.
Definitely. Yeah.
Again, this is just a personal list, people. So let's hold the name calling to ourselves.
Because somebody gonna throw some rotten tomatoes at us and
Oh,
stuff like
heck
that
yeah,
on
heck
our picks.
yeah.
When this episode drops, it's gonna be a poll to follow so that y'all can drop y'all favorites.
Yes, indeed. This is just a warm up list, actually, because again, like we said, we're gonna revisit this topic. This is just a short list that we just wanted to put out and get some feelers. And again, once we throw out that survey, everyone can give us feedback on who is in your top list. As far as your singers, rappers, and entertainment groups, singing groups. So again, this is not meant to go anywhere. This is just us talking about who we listened to when we were growing up, and our personal preferences as far as like what we like to listen to.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be, man. That's what it's gonna be. So we're gonna jump into it.
All right, we're gonna start the list with our favorite singers. So I'm gonna run down my top 5, and this is not an all male or female list. This is just, again, if I set up my playlist, this is what I would be listening to. So my first one, I think this person deserves the top spot because when I was growing up, everybody wanted to be like this man, and of course that is Michael Jackson. Sorry, I don't care what your personal feelings are about the man. As far as an entertainer, a singer, and all around artist, Michael Jackson's my very top. I remember growing up, and that Michael Jackson, the bad jacket, you had to have it.
Yeah, definitely had to have that jacket.
If you had the outfit, you were the man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember being woken up out of my sleep to come entertain my dad and his friends dancing to goddamn
Right.
Michael Jackson.
Oh man.
Made me a couple dollars too. So hell yeah, I appreciate it, Mike.
That's funny that you mentioned that part. Because I remember when I was how old was I? I was probably in like whenever Off the Wall came out.
Hmm.
We was sitting around, and that was back when the lyrics was on the album. He was in there, had the album cover there, singing the songs and stuff. And an adult read one of the lyrics wrong. I was like, nah, it said this, blah blah blah. And he was like, oh, my bad. Yeah, you right, you right. Go ahead with your bad self.
I just again with his album sales, I don't think anyone has ever broke his album sales.
As
I
far as
could
R
be
and B,
wrong.
R&B, pop, whatever they classify him as,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I know for
Uh,
a fact nobody has. Well, I can't say for a fact. I just from what I know nobody has been a better entertainer than him.
oh no. I mean, of course, some would say James Brown. James Brown came before Michael Jackson, and a lot of people might not remember who James Brown is. But again, when I was growing up, that was the most entertaining person before Michael Jackson that I can remember.
Mm,
Um, Dancing, singing. I mean, just getting a crowd involved and what he was doing. Just no one can beat James Brown.
mm.
And as far as a businessman, a lot of people don't even know James Brown was the one of the first people to actually own his own.
His
I,
masters.
gue- I can't say his masters, but I know his, as far as like setting up the concerts and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
he
Promoting,
removed the middleman. He went
oh,
straight to the
promoting
DJ.
his own stuff,
Yeah,
shows and stuff.
promoters. He pretty much removed a lot of those from getting in his bag.
Mm-hmm.
So hats off to him for doing that.
Right.
He actually came up with a what some would say a dollar system or a
Mm-hmm.
money system. He was actually trying to set up a system where people of color could have our own system as far as like money.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember how far he actually got with that, but James Brown did a lot of good things in the communities. Um, when he came out with that I'm black and I'm proud. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
That was like an anthem,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
straight up.
I remember being a kid and hearing that for the first time. And I know that song came out a long time before I was
Oh
born, but
yeah, definitely. Come on.
that song that really made you feel some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
But after James Brown and Michael be interchangeable, I would say Patti LaBelle.
Yes.
Patti LaBelle. Oh my God. I
Mm.
had the actual privilege, me and my wife, of watching her in Atlanta. I want to say this was like maybe 2 or 3 years back, somewhere around there. But she
Mm.
came, did her thing. Her voice is still there. I mean, like she
Oh
can
yeah.
still hit them
Oh
high,
yeah.
high notes. And I mean, just everybody in the audience was just captivated by this
Mm.
woman. She still has it, even though she's on up in age. But
Right.
hey, hats off to her.
Definitely. Definitely.
And my next person is gonna be Aretha Franklin again. Her and Patti LaBelle could be interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
Just something about Aretha Franklin and the way this woman sings, it captivates your soul. Like you
Yeah.
you can't help but to listen to her, like lyric for lyric.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yeah.
just it makes you realize, about love and life and things along that line that when she sang a song, you really believe she went through what she was singing.
Yeah, and you felt it.
Yeah, yep, you felt it down to your soul, down to your core. It was just she had that touch on people.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about both of them is their voices, like, like when we were coming up, their voices were so powerful, and it's like we didn't understand, that, in a song, we just knew it sounded good and it felt good, but
Hmm.
once you start to understand that stuff, you get older, you just, and definitely in comparison to a lot of the singers today, you appreciate the power in their singing voices because it like literally moved
Yes.
a mountain for you.
Hmm. I mean, when we talk about real raw talent, you cannot go or
Mm,
look anywhere else and find better singers than Patti LaBelle and Aretha Franklin.
right, yeah. They're two of the best.
And then my last singer, a lot of people may feel some kind of way, but as far as like my generation, I think Mariah Carey.
I could dig that. I could dig that.
Mariah Carey can flow.
Yeah. She could definitely hit some. She can definitely hit some notes.
Yes, yes.
Definitely has a vast catalog that's like you can pull. My favorite song from her is "Vision of Love," and that was her first single.
Wow.
Yeah,
That definitely takes me back.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So what you got on that level?
But before I get on mine, I want to
All right.
jump back to MJ because I actually didn't put MJ on my list,
Okay.
but MJ has a lot of classic songs, and like Ben is one of my favorite songs of his. And that was the movie. That was from the soundtrack of the movie Ben about the rats.
Hmm.
But that song was dope. But jumping into my list, whew,
All right.
God, this was hard. Um, the first one I got on there is Johnny Gill,
My.
and I put Johnny Gill on there because he has such a powerful voice.
Yes,
Like,
definitely.
you know, it's strong in ballads. He has, he can hit the gritty notes. He has a nice range for his vocal range.
Hmm.
A lot of the songs that he's made over the years have been classics, like stupid classics. And
When
he's been around
he
for a while.
sang on that song, "Can You Stay in the Rain?"
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man,
He killed it on that. But
killed it, killed it. I'm
yeah,
like, oh, dude, you sounded so good on that one. It's kind of like, are
right,
there other members of New Edition?
right, right. And then he goes back to singing with Stacy Lattisaw. I don't know if you remember her. And I think they sang a song called "Perfect Combination" or something like that. But yeah, he goes back and that was a dope song back then. But yeah, that's one. Then I threw Jill Scott in there. Jill
Jill,
Scott,
Jill
she
Scott.
does it for me. She 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 reminds me of an Aretha or a Patty the way she sings. I mean,
Yes.
she kills it, like really delivers. And I just love, she can hold the note too.
Oh yeah,
Hold
definitely,
the note.
definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, Jill Scott, and yeah, I don't even know what else to say about that. Then my third one, I got Keith Sweat.
My man,
Keith Sweat is as they call him, the king of whining,
king of begging.
all that. Whining, begging, baby maker music, but one thing you cannot do is not give him his props
No, you
because
can't.
he put it down in his time.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember his first album came out. Shoot, I was what, nine? No, I don't even remember when the first album came out. But um,
I want to say I was in the ninth grade when that his first album came out.
Yeah,
I
so
want to
that
say.
means I would have been in the 10th grade. Um, Dang, I can't even remember what was on that one, but I know one of his songs on there was a remake. I can't remember the name of it though. But then when he came back with I'll give all my love to you, every song on there was a banger. I mean, every one of them. Uh, he had the song with Gerald Levert, just one of those things.
Hmm.
Man, that song right there, that was a bone shaker song right there. Then my fourth one, you probably haven't heard of him, but it's this dude named Eamon. He came out probably '04, '05. He had the song called "Fuck You Right Back," and basically the song was about this chick he was dealing with, and she did him wrong, cheated on him or whatever,
Hmm.
and the song mainly got recognized by the number of times he said "fuck" in that song. Right. And I can't remember how many times he said it in the song, but
I
the
have to
song was
look that
dope.
up. I have to look it
Um,
up because I never heard of him, but it sounds very entertaining.
it is. It's in it. It's like what like if a person is like hard strung over not wanting to hear cursing, but once you hear the song and you hear the melody and you take in the word, you'll be say like, oh okay, I hear you, I hear you. His style, his genre, he calls it ho wop, and it's pretty much of like a hip hop doo wop sound.
Hmm.
And if you are into that 50s, 60s type of music, you will really feel where he's coming from and you will really vibe to it. Yeah, but his second album that came out was was a step up from his first one. And his second one, it had a more adult feel to it.
Hmm.
He still had some of the same flavor as the first one, but you can like when you listen to the second one, you can definitely hear and feel the progression in it.
Right.
And he has a lot of that doo wop sound in it. And one of my favorite songs on that one is "How Could You." It's another song where he get cheated on, like he's out of town, whatever. He comes back home, hurry up, to his girl, and she got another dude in the crib.
Oh,
But
dang.
but the song is dope. It's dope. Then he got a song on there called "Elevators" where he's in the studio and it's a chick and another singing in the singing booth, and he goes to the elevator, and it's like elevator music. He got that playing in the track, and it's just dope, just sick. Then a couple years ago, he came out with he been laid low for a while, contract and all this other stuff, but he came
Hmm.
out with a album called Golden Rail Motel, and to me, by far, I would say that's his dopest. Definitely check out Golden Rail Motel.
All right.
If you check that out, if you check that out first, you'll definitely want to go back and listen to his older stuff. But Golden Rail Motel, it definitely has a whole bunch of adult feel music. Like
Hmm.
you can sit back and just like clear your head to that. He has a lot of good songs on that. A lot that you would definitely appreciate. But he only dropped three full length albums. The third one he came back with a extended edition of it, It got some, remix of some of the songs on there. The single, the first single to that is "Be My Girl," and that song's just sick. It's just sick.
Uh,
But I can't say enough about it. But go check him out, Eamon. Yeah, just go check him out.
I'm definitely gonna do that.
First album is "I Don't Want You Back." Second one is "Love and Pain," and the third one is "Golden Rail Motel." You definitely vibe to it. Definitely feel it. My fifth one, Sade.
That
Sade.
is.
Sade.
I totally agree. Oh man, I should have. Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying right there. Sade. Let me tell you, of all the female singers out there, I would have to say every album that she has put out has, to me, has always been a classic.
Yes, instant classic.
And it's like her music is really, like, you talk about timeless music, her music is timeless. Like the melodies, the vibe, her voice, all the way around. It's like, yo. And it's like, if you just play it any time of the day you play it, it's like, yeah, that's it right there. Right there. That damn Sade. Um, yeah, those are my five right there. Uh, you know, I had Aretha as one of my honorable mentions, and Patty as one of my honorable mentions, but
Mhm.
that's after I laid my five, and then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, damn, and it's like, I can't, I just can't, I got to stop right here. If I kept on going, I would have had a whole page full of singers. Whole
Yeah, I
page.
mean, Sade, man, I can remember being a kid and my dad playing her music for me for the first time. And
Mm,
this as a kid, it was like, wait, who is that?
right.
And just sitting there and taking the music in, her melody, her flow, the way she
Mm,
delivered, her songs. It's like it made you damn near feel like you're in the same room with her.
right.
I like
Yeah.
Sade. Yeah, definitely.
It's like I could feel it now. I can hear it now.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Sweetest taboo. Man. You give me that sweetest taboo.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, those are I definitely I know they deserve to be on the top. And if I had to pick one of my those top fives to be in the top, if I had to get rid of every one of them, I'd keep
Mhm.
Sade.
I definitely could see that.
Yeah, definitely keep that.
All right, so I'm gonna go down my list of rappers now.
Oh Lord, this is gonna be one right here. We're gonna have to
Yeah,
analyze
buddy.
after each one you say.
Yeah, see. Now this one here, a lot of people are probably gonna be like, "You gotta be crazy," based solely off this artist's book of work, I
Hmm.
guess you could say, or catalog of work. But to me, Lauryn Hill will
Oh
always be
God,
my number one rapper.
I did not even think about her.
She was Drake before there was a Drake.
No doubt.
She was the
Mm, mm,
I say if I could put anyone before her to actually sing and rap,
mm.
I would say Domino. A lot of people
Yeah,
don't remember
a lot of
Domino,
people
but
sleep
he
on
was
Domino.
Domino was the first West Coast rapper that sang and
Yeah,
rapped that I can remember.
yeah.
He definitely did his thing, but as far as like actually
Uh,
someone who came out and said something with their music that was
mm-mm.
so impactful, I mean, you can go back and listen to that her first album.
Miseducation to Lauren Hill,
Yes, Let It Ride all the way through.
all the way through. You know,
All
funny
the way
thing,
through.
man. Funny thing. My mother had that, and she
Mhm.
played it so much that I got sick of it. Like, it was fire, it was dope, but it was like, La 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 la. Da, da, da. I was like, not again. Like, give me a break. But yo,
Yes, yes.
and she
Just
could sing, like
uh-huh.
sing.
Yes. And she was so intelligent. I remember one time she did this interview and this reporter asked this stupid, ignorant, racist question. And instead of her just answering the question, she actually rapped her answer to this mother. And everybody in the room was looking at each other like, wow.
Wow, that's
If
crazy.
she had a gun right now, that was more like a bazooka. She just shot at you, son.
Wow.
But it was so dope the way she answered that question. I'm gonna say this one is kind of interchangeable. I'm gonna say Rakim. Rakim,
I thought about,
that dude,
yeah,
the
yeah.
god. What can you say? Anyone who knows rap music knows Rakim. So
Oh yeah.
and if you haven't heard of him,
Look them up.
look him up because this was
Look 'em up.
Nas before there was a Nas. I promise you.
Yeah, yeah. And the crazy thing about him, I've seen him in a lot of interviews, and I think he said Marley Marl used to say, "Yo, stop rap." Not Marley Marl. Somebody. It might have been Marley Marl, but it was somebody who was like, "Yo, you rapping too slow. Stop rapping so slow. Stop rapping so pick up the pace. Blah blah blah."
Mhm.
And that Joker just, it was like that whole smooth, slow flow. It was hard. It was gritty. It was all of that.
Move the crowd. Move the crowd. That song right
Well,
there.
ain't no mistakes allowed.
Oh man, move the crowd, son. That was
Oh
true MCing
man,
right there.
yeah.
Of course, my next one's gonna be Nas.
Okay.
My next one's gonna be Jay-Z.
Oh Lord.
And my next one's gonna be Big Daddy Kane.
Man, you
And
ran.
a lot of people gonna say, man, you could have put Biggie Smalls, you could have put Eminem, but just for me, these are the rappers who impacted my life in a way that I can go back and listen to each one of their albums right now, and it would instantly put me back into that time frame of when I first originally heard their music.
Okay.
I'll say honorable mentions: Ice Cube and Ice-T. As far as like, Ice-T is the original for me gangster rapper, but the stuff he was saying in his music really had a message of, wake you up, pay attention.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
It wasn't about, trying to get album sales or anything like that. He was really spitting from his soul and from the environment he was in at the time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And Ice Cube, again, part of NWA. I'm sure y'all know who the NWA is. If not, go look them up.
Or bang your head against a wall or something. Because if you
I'm
ain't heard
trying
of
to tell you.
NWA, especially after they did the movie Straight Outta Compton,
Yeah.
help.
To move further down the line, and I know a lot of people will probably be like, you're crazy, but I'm going to say 50 Cent.
Really?
50 Cent, when it came down to actually holding down gangster rap, no one did it bigger and better. No one. That dude, when that Wingsta hit,
Yeah.
I mean, that first album hit, you might as well say no one else was on the planet at that time.
I stopped liking
just
after his first album.
He just
But yeah,
took
I
it to
agree.
a whole nother
That
level.
first album was the truth.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, balls in your court.
Before I get into my court, we're gonna take a break.
All right, bet that out, Dan.
But we on this top 3 to 5 performers of all time, singers, rappers, and groups, the King and I Life podcast. Again, follow us on all podcast platforms. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, soon to come Patreon. We got some big things coming, and That's how it is. That was part one. That's the top 3 to 5 performers of all times.
Yes, yes.